We develop products for patients fitted with lines, primarily central lines. The Tookie vest is so designed by the patient for the patient through Tookie to provide the security and support of the catheter line, which is there for the line for their treatment. It's there to reduce the opportunity for the line to be inadvertently pulled out or twist or snagged, or even in extreme cases when people will self-pull their lines out.
Over 3 years ago, I was on dialysis and I had a neckline in, and Steve was introduced to me because of this, and he explained that he was sort of pioneering this new vest that was adapted from oncology patients, that was going to be adapted for renal patients, and would I be interested in having an input. From the initial meeting with Steve, we had design groups, and there was quite a few of us in, and we all had an input into the design. I've seen how it works, and it is very, very beneficial, because the main thing when you're on dialysis is you're in a mixed ward, and there are a lot of, and its modesty is the main thing, because you have the neckline in here, so everything is opened up to attach the neckline to the dialysis machine, and so everything's on view, whereas with the Tookie vest everything is covered up, but the nurses can still access the line.
I heard about the NIHR really from when Tookie first was registered. Approaching the NHS, we asked the question, where do we go first? What is our point of entry? How do we find the innovation pathway? So the NIHR was flagged up as the most important organisation to go and talk to as our first port of call, and from then Tookie really started our innovation pathway in earnest. The services that Tookie Limited has access are plentiful. First of all, the NIHR at head office gave me fantastic business support and advice, signposted me to the right organisations to go and visit. These included what were at the time the Health Technology Cooperatives. They are now the Mix. They provided us, yet again, more signposting to the academic health science networks. The academic health science networks have provided Tookie Limited with a whole range of support, including seed capital funding, business support advice, regulatory advice. Furthermore, MedConnect North up in the northeast of England has been fantastic, but also I think the NIHR provided us and mapped out our innovation pathway to success. Well, I think if Tookie Limited hadn't found the NIHR, it would probably be the case that we're still wandering around looking for that first point of entry. The first point of entry really is the difficulty. It's finding who to talk to, where to get that first advice. When you look back, it all looks a little bit different, but when you are starting out, you just really do need that helping hand, and the NIHR was there for Tookie.